dominant, clinical, and at times oh so scintillating from Manchester United. The first hat-trick since Sir Alex Ferguson. 3 goals, clean sheet, 3 points, and the gap has closed in the race for Champions League. This is your match review. Yes, guys, Anthony Martial came from France. The English press said he had no chance. 50 million down the drain. Tony Martial scores again and again and again. Yes, the first hat-trick from Manchester United in the Premier League since Robin van Persie scored that title-winning hat-trick against Aston Villa in 2013. It's been a long time. And just the only unfortunate thing is that there was no fans in the ground to witness it. But the fans around the world, we don't care. We don't care. We got the 3 points that we needed. Anthony Martial, I'm sure he's delighted. I know he's delighted. He doesn't smile that often, and we saw him smiling a few times today. 3 times for the goal, and when he was on the bench after he got subbed, he couldn't get that green off his face. He even forgot the match ball. His mind was elsewhere. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, we dominated that match. I'm not going to say from minute 1. Sheffield United started a little bit well. A little bit dangerous, but didn't test their hair until very, very late in the game. And once we got the first goal, it was all Man United. And to be fair, that first goal was even coming. I think we got the goal in the 7th, 8th minute. Before that, Greenwood should have had a good opening, and that shot was blocked. Martial had an opportunity, should have squared it for... Was it Greenwood? So Greenwood should have squared it for either Bruno or Pogba, who ran in late into the box, and he went for the shot instead. Martial had an opening on the right, and his cross across the box was poor. And then when we got the goal, nice bit of work from Rashford, drilled across the box, and Anthony Martial, instinctive finish, put out his left foot and guided it past the keeper at the near post, 1-0. And as I said, it was all Man United from that. From then on, it was all about getting the second, ultimately getting the third, making sure the game was put to bed. Do not give Sheffield United a sniff. And it was important because Sheffield United, you know, they lost 3-0 to Newcastle the other day. They drew their first game, unluckily, to Aston Villa the first game through VAR. But they got their injury issues. O'Connell's out, Egan's out, 2 important defenders for them. And we had to take advantage of that. I said we had 2 opportunities, 2 openings early before the goal, and then we had 2 gilt-edged opportunities from Marcus Rashford. You know, he's looking a bit rusty. He hasn't played for about 6 months. Of course, that's including a 3-month break that everyone had, and he's showing a bit of that rust. You know, he even though he got the assist for the first goal, he really should have put the game to bed much earlier. He put through Anthony Martial. Martial actually overran the ball because I thought he was going to slot it away for 2-0, but just got there ahead of the keeper, squared it to Anthony Martial. Bit of pressure from defenders behind, but open goal. And he scuffed his shot, went past the post. Really, really should have scored. And then another nice bit of play at the edge of the area. Pogba with a little dink over the defender into Rashford. He tries to hit it on the volley and scuffs his shot again. And it remains 1-0. And I think it wasn't. I think it's just rust. For me, it's just rust because those are simple chances. You don't need to be on even great form to take those chances. If we're being real, they were really simple chances, especially the first one. But it's just a bit rusty on his part because even that second chance, he could have even taken a touch and put it away. But it is what it is. The game was going on, and then we had the Man United dominating possession. The Heat, I know for a fact that Heat must have been getting to Sheffield United, and that water break that came halfway in between the first half, they definitely needed it. They needed it desperately, and they were better straight after the water break. Second time, you know, we've done that. We had a water break against Spurs, and they came out much better after the water break, and we conceded. This time we didn't offer them any opportunities. Maguire and Lindelof were solid at the back, as well as Wan-Bissaka and Shaw. Didn't give David De Gea anything to do. And then we got the so important second goal just before half time. Nice bit of work from Wan-Bissaka down the right, skip past his defender and drills across a low, which Martial clinically turns in 2-0. And for me, that's the 3 points. That's the 3 points. But it's not over because we know if Sheffield United score, they're back in the game. So we still need to put the game to bed. And we just dominated. We passed. They couldn't get near us. 65% possession, 65+% possession overall in the match. At times it was men against boys out there. It was really, really brilliant stuff for me to watch as a Man United fan. And yeah, we just created some openings, created some chances, and I was like, we need to get this third. We need to get this third. We need to get this third. And I thought he was going to make some substitutions before we did. I was so hoping that Martial stayed on the pitch. He tried to nick his third, to be fair. Pogba went on some amazing run, and he got inside the area. Martial took it off his toes. Good tackle, to be fair. Took it off his toes and went for the shot himself. He was so desperate for that hat-trick. Would have been a brilliant goal if Pogba was able to continue and score. But that wasn't to be. But he did get his hat-trick in the end, and a brilliant piece of team play, interplay, but for the 4 players that we have been craving and drooling about ever since we bought Bruno Fernandes. Pogba playing a deeper role this time compared to when he came on against Spurs. Fired the ball into Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, first time, he loves it. He loves it. He's done it a few times today. He didn't have the greatest game, a few misplaced passes, but he's always looking for that penetrative pass. He's always looking to make something happen. And this time it came off. Ball came in from Pogba, outside the foot. First time to Martial, takes it to the edge of the area, slips in Rashford. And for all money, it looks like Rashford's going to find the overlapping run of Luke Shaw. That's why those overlapping runs are so important, because defenders don't know what to do. It opens up space for everyone else. I thought he was going to go left. I'm sure the defenders thought he was going to go left. Martial makes a run at the same time, slips in Martial in the left-hand channel, and waits for the keeper to come in. Beautiful dink over the keeper, hat-trick, 3-0, game over. And Solskjaer makes 5 substitutions. He says, 3 points, I will take that. Thank you very much. Good night. We'll see you in the FA Cup. Now, in terms of how we played, I think the formation, happy with that. Personnel, happy with that. I think, for me, I said it was the perfect team, barring one. I would have had Bailly over Lindelof, but Solskjaer just seems to prefer Lindelof. The pace that, again, him and Maguire, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. One of them need to have pace in terms of the cover. Both of them were comfortable today, but against better opposition. And to be fair, the opposition coming up between now and the last game of the season against Leicester aren't really much better. So I can see Lindelof starting main the games. But maybe it's horses for courses, because if we have fast strikers we might have to come up against, can't think of the top of my head who they might be. But if we, for example, I think we might have Crystal Palace in one of the games this season, coming up against the likes of Zaha, Jordan Ayew. We may need to play a Bailly, because we struggled at home to Crystal Palace with dealing with that pace of those players, for example. But those two are composed anyway at the back. Wan-Bissaka was good, Luke Shaw was good, Matic, brilliant, brought him in. I thought it was going to be more of a 4-3-3 with him really holding by himself, but Pogba played, I wouldn't say right beside Matic. Matic was clearly the deeper midfielder, but Pogba was playing in a deeper line playmaker role. I don't have a big problem with it personally when you got the quality of Bruno Fernandes ahead. That's what I want in this game. In some games it will call for a Fred, and in other games it will call for a McTominay, whatever partnership he chooses to go through. But having those options are so important. And obviously Rashford on the left, Martial through the middle, and Greenwood came in for Daniel James. And I said it was going to be important because as we dominated the game, it's the ability to manipulate the ball that Greenwood has over Daniel James, who much prefers balls played in front of him, run into space and attack the goal in that way. That was never going to be offered by Sheffield United, and it's not going to be offered by any team this season between now and, I said, I'll give you the Leicester game. Most teams are going to be sitting back against Manchester United hoping to catch us on the counter-attack, so we need to have the cuteness and intricacy of play to break them down, and we had that today in abundance. Paul Pogba dominant in the midfield, controlled it. Matic dominant, and Bruno Fernandes working his magic just outside the area. Of course, the day belongs to Anthony Martial. It's the first hat-trick since 2013. 14 goals for the season. His most prolific goal season for Manchester United since his debut season. All credit to him. All credit to Solskjaer. All credit to Manchester United. close the gap, 2 points behind Chelsea before they play Man City tomorrow. 6 points behind Leicester. The race is tight. The race is tight. Guys, hit the like and subscribe button, comment on the video, share the video. I'll see you soon.